Is it live? Okay.
Okay, let's
good?
try again. Did she get it up and going?
Yep, and we're recording now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Call the meeting to order. First, we'll stand and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next, we'll start with introductions. Linda, do you want to start?
Sure. I'm Linda Stephen. I'm representing District 37 Democrats. Oh, we have to turn this on.
Yep.
Yeah, we're recording, so there you go.
Mitch Baszler, and I'm here representing District 37 Republicans.
Karen Richard, and I'm the Stark County Auditor.
Corey White, and I'm a Stark County Commissioner.
Kimberly Cassian, Stark County Recorder.
Okay.
Warren Myron, District 36.
Excuse me? First,
Warren Myron, District 36, Democrats.
Amanda, can we have another one join the board? Does he?
okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oath of office.
Yes, next will be the oath of office.
All right, I'll be guys. I state your name.
I,
Corey White.
Karen Richard,
Have been appointed to the office of Canvas Board within and for Stark County.
Have been appointed to the office of the Canvas Board within and for said
said county.
Do solemnly swear
Do
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of North Dakota,
and
the Constitution of the State of North Dakota,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Canvas Board
and that
I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Canvas Board
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So
So
help me
help me
God. All right.
And I'm going to give them to Amanda, and she'll sign them.
Is there any reason why I couldn't sit up there?
Amanda?
Let me look at the rules here.
Am I not the same thing as Linda?
The only thing is I don't have another Republican, and I don't know if it has to be balanced.
Well, no, I don't come to a meeting as a representative to sit in the back of the room. I'm sorry. Especially not if there's an open seat. If there's a bunch of us, fine, but I would protest that.
Okay.
Yep. So the statute talks about who can sit on the canvassing board. And it says each political party from each legislative district within a county may request representation on the canvassing board if there's equal representation from each of the political parties. So we don't have a Democrat from District 36.
I am that.
Or, I'm sorry, a Republican from District 36, correct?
But why
We
is
just,
that an
we
issue
have
then?
one Republican and one Democrat from 37, but we don't have a balancing Republican.
Correct. That's what the statute says. You have to have equal representation.
Then I might as well go home.
That's up to you, sir.
Linda, I don't know why you don't stand up.
Okay. October consent.
We'll move on. Ballots not counted on election day. Motions on,
Okay, and I have those ballots too, yep. Okay, so we have a few different ones. So there was 4 ballots received in the mail after the 6/10/24 deadline, and I'm gonna give them all to you guys so you can look at them, but the postmark is not legible. So we can't determine. One second. I had these all in order.
Do you stamp when they're received, Karen?
We do. Yep. I feel like Francis. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'll just start it over here. This is one that I am speaking of. The stamp is on the one side, and the postmark is not legible. That's Sheila White. I'm actually re-looking at the Sean Emerson one, and it's just in a different spot. So this one might be okay. This is Sean Emerson one. I'll start it there. But I think that one might be okay, because I looked at the postmark on the front. That one must have skipped. I'm gonna make a little note. Okay. Here's Andrew Kogel. Christina Bextel. Then here's the other one that 4, but I was re-looking at the one, and I see the, yeah, that one must have just, so we actually have 3. We'll have to move the other person to the other category.
and this one's behind the stamp though, right? Or
I removed the stamp a little bit, and it's not there.
it's not? Okay.
Yeah.
No, it would be on top of it. It was
would've
probably
been over
smeared
the
off is
stamp,
probably the
yeah.
problem.
And this one was who? Boyd?
Vogel. Yeah, Kogel. Andrew Kogel.
Okay.
I'll pass this one down. I tried removing the stamp to see if maybe I could see it under there, but that one is a lost cause. But we actually have one,
Okay, yep.
which
I was like, I thought I just looked at this one.
did you look at Kristen Bextel?
I did not.
Okay. This one I actually think that we can move to the other category.
Yep, that one I think is okay.
That one's okay. I put it in the wrong spot. Sean Emerson. I think we can actually move this one to the other category, because I do see it now. I just, yeah. Yep. Yep.
Were you looking right here, trying to find it? I hear you.
Yeah.
I'd like to accept this one, but nope. I said I'd like to accept that one, but you can't read the postmark, so.
No.
Yep, I just handed you that one, yep.
Okay, this one's good. Yep, okay, so I'm gonna put this one over here, because that one will probably
It is a nice stamp.
So what I checked on, so that the board is aware, is how do you determine, right? So usually if we receive them in, as you can see the dates that we received them in, you give the voter the benefit of the doubt that it has 610 on it. So it's entirely up to this board, but in my opinion, I would move to just accept all of them because you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. But that's up to you guys, so.
Do we do them individually?
You can do them. I have them grouped together if you want to. If somebody wants to make the motion to accept or reject all of them, I have it right here. To accept or reject, and I'm fine either way.
I'll make a motion to accept all 4 ballots received in the mail after the 6/10/24 deadline.
I'll second that.
Okay. Here's these. So Sheila White, Sean Emerson, Christina Bextel, and Andrew Kogel, all accepted? Okay.
And then I would probably just do because we do have to have motions, I'd probably just do a concurrent. If they
Okay.
all vote aye, that should be fine.
So do I need to ask them each? To
Just ask to all vote aye or
Okay.
nay, you know.
all in favor of approving, say aye.
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 Rejecting, same. Okay, approved, passed.
Okay, and then,
We're gonna move to accept one ballot received in the mail after 6/10, but was postmarked on 6/10.
yep, let me get Dwayne.
So we actually had 2 of those, but we approved hers in the previous.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so this is the one that was postmarked 6/10 and we received on 6/10.
How does that happen?
I have no idea.
Did you receive?
I'd like to know.
6/12. Wait, is that Dwayne Erlocker?
Dwayne Erlockers. Says postmarked June 10th, received June 12th.
Received in the mail after the 6/10 deadline. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Okay, so this one is postmarked. So received in the mail after the 6/10 deadline, but postmarked 6/10.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I don't have a
Yep.
received on there because it was
But it was
postmarked
received on the
correctly.
12th. Okay.
Yep.
I will move that we accept the ballot of Dwayne Erlocker that was postmarked by June 10.
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor of accepting Dwayne Erlacher ballot, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Same with noes. Approved.
Yep, go ahead. Forgot I'm supposed to be taking minutes too.
We'll move
Okay.
on to item C, to move to accept or reject 2 ballots received in the mail after the 6/10 deadline and are postmarked 6/12.
Okay, so this is Francis and this is Jeanette.
Obviously, June 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
How does that get under the stamp? I mean,
I wish they all use that red the heat ink or something. Wouldn't come off as easy.
I'll move to reject the 2 ballots that were mailed after the June 10th deadline and because they were postmarked June 12th for Bullinger and Frank.
I will second that.
Okay. All in approval for rejecting Francis Bullinger and Jeanette Frank, say aye.
Aye.
Same for opposing. Thank you. We'll move on to item D, move to accept, reject one ballot postmarked 6/11 and received 6/11. That's odd.
We had a 610 one. Oh, wait, that was
No, that was a
postmarked and mailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the ballot clearly states that it needs to be.
Right, so the deadline should be 6:10 on there. 5 PM for the drop box or postmark 6:10,
Okay.
so.
Yeah. Rules are rules.
I will move that we reject the ballot postmarked 6/11/2024 from Eugene Zent.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor of rejecting Eugene Zent's ballot, say aye.
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 Accepting it, same. It is rejected.
Okay, so, oh, sorry, you go on to the next one and I'll explain it.
Item E, move to accept and reject 3 hand-delivered ballots to the auditor's office after the 6/10/2024 deadline on 6/11/2024.
Okay, so these 3 ballots were dropped off to our office on election day. They were informed that they could go vote at a voting location, but you cannot vote at the auditor's office on election day, and we don't accept absentee ballots turned in to us on election day.
And they chose not to take them to the voting place.
Well, they
and have
can't
them
take
be-
those, they would have to,
Go and revote.
they would have to
But they
go
have to
and
reject
vote.
them,
Yeah.
yes. No, they take them and then we put them in the,
Right. Oh yeah, Linda, you know. They put
We
it in
don't-
the
we
special
don't- yeah.
envelope. Yep.
in that rejected envelope and then
And then
we
they
give them
vote a
ballot.
regular ballot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But they chose not to do that, and you gave them that option, so I will move that we reject the 3 Schneider ballots that were hand-delivered to the auditor's office after the 6/10/24 deadline.
Second.
Okay, all in favor for rejecting the 3 Schneider ballots that were turned in on the 11th?
Aye.
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 Same with accepting. Okay, all 3 have been rejected. Item F, move to accept or reject 1 set side ballot cured by auditor's office after the primary election with supporting documentation.
Okay, so this one, it was cured on 6/11. She brought in documentation. And so everything looks good. I'll show everybody that. That was the only set-aside ballot we had
That's
on election
remarkable.
day. Right? That's what I thought.
Can you explain to me what cured means?
So it used to be where like you could, let's say you left your stuff in your car. You could do a set aside ballot and then run out to your car and get your stuff, then bring it back into the polling location, show them, and then cure it that day.
Okay.
But cure is to like make sure that that's a valid, they didn't have valid identification or something like that. So
Gotcha.
now they have to bring it into our office before canvassing, which is today, and show us that valid identification to cure their ballot and make it acceptable.
Gotcha. So they just need to proof
Right.
of identification prior to this meeting, not prior
Yes,
to the end of the election.
and bring it to our office, and then we can accept their ballot as long as they bring that information to us.
Thank you.
Yep. Usually we have more, but we just have one this time, so.
I move to accept the set-aside ballot for Sarah Ramsey.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor for accepting Sarah Ramsey's ballot?
Aye.
Hi.
Same with nays. Sarah Ramsey's ballot is accepted.
Okay, so before we move on to the next thing, I will have these, oh, they just double stamped it. We need to initial the corner of the ones that everybody accepted, And then Pam is going to run them through our 450. And and then I'm gonna have to go down there and transmit the results. And we're gonna do that while you guys go over the write-ins so that we're not wasting any time.
Sure.
So. I'll just let Mitch initial. You need red pen. And then the corner of that ballot.
All of us or just one of us?
Nope, just one initial. So you're basically the judge approving that ballot to be cast. Honestly, usually I just keep those out. Okay, and then I'll take them down to Pam and she'll run them through because that'll give us our final abstract.
Is there just the 3?
Nope, we got 1, 2, got a couple more. We accepted more than 3, Corey.
Oh. I apologize. I thought you were just doing the accepted one.
Yep, just the
6.
accepted ones.
Other 6?
I think so. Because we accepted all of these 4.
Oh, yes, we did.
And then I have the rejected ones in a separate file. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take these down to start running them through the 450 and get the results. But before I do that, we can move on to the next one, and I'll tell you guys what we got going on there.
All right, we'll
Okay.
move on to item 7, review and tally the write-in ballots.
Okay, so what I have for everybody is an actual, and I'll give Amanda mine just in case she feels left out over there. So on the front you have, I made you a little master sheet, and this shows, I had to pick, right? I had to either do it by name or whatever else, so I apologize that they're not in order, but I put them in order according to the write-ins in your packet. Okay, so it shows that the position, the person, and then how many write-ins they got. So what I did is I put this together where you can actually see what I am seeing on the computer screen. Okay, so you might want to put your little master thing aside here so you can see it. But this is your little master sheet to show you the totals that I got, because this is what is currently recorded as the unofficial results. And then these are the names that I'm seeing and the ones that I interpreted to be that person. So I just kind of wanted everybody to review and check out, like, if they have any questions about maybe why I put somebody somewhere, or if they're wondering, then I would be happy to explain that. And then I also included all the other signatures from the races that are in the scattered categories. So if they don't meet the thresholds, whether, it's like the 10% or, something like that, then they go into scattered. So that's where if somebody got one write-in vote in the city of Dickinson, they're not going to be listed on your results page, or the Mickey Mouses, or anything like that. That's all in your scattered. So I just want you guys to review, because I am the only one that does this, and see. The other thing that I was told is that we do not take into account, if we know what they're trying to write, we don't take into account like spelling a name wrong, as long as we know that that's for that person. And that's how I did it. And yeah, so I just wanted you to be able to review what I did for that. And I'll go have her process these votes real quick. And then we'll talk about our ties. Okay.
The last name, some put, know who that is.
Yeah.
That's true than the first.
No.
Still take into account it's spelled wrong, or
Yeah.
like Henderson versus
Yeah.
Henderson. Okay.
Yeah. The name in? The name in?
I just scanned right through the
Is it that WI?
Yeah.
I noticed on one of those application or one of those ballots that we just accepted, it was typed. So I'm wondering if they didn't use one of those like
Okay. Filled up.
ADA
Yeah.
ADA machines.
Yes. Well, anybody can use those, but it's more difficult.
Hearing or seeing or something.
See this one? Mickey Mouse is probably always a write-in. There's two ties though.
Wonder what the threshold is.
Yeah,
For
that's
that
what
to
I'm kind
be-
of curious, because that's.
Which one is that?
It's the Belfield Park Board with number is by her name.
All the write-ins.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name?
7 pages in from the back.
And what was her name again?
Mary Ann Rose.
Let's see it.
Write-in that got missed, maybe?
So if we look at this other sheet, a lot of write-ins because it wasn't.
Oh, and then like there's Brett Northrup too, but
That's for
that's
the
for council member and he was for park board member, so that one I can see that's not.
But am I reading this correct? When you go on to the full tally, when you go to the park board member for Belfield, Mary Ann is the top vote getter. She has the position, correct?
That would be my thoughts,
Yeah.
yes. But that's what I'm just wondering if that one should have been included in where it says 4, should it be 5? Because it is park board member, but depending on which one,
Oh, I see where you're going.
you know, because this is all
Because
random.
it all showed it in a different spot. Yeah. Council one, is that what it was?
Did you guys find it in yours?
The signature?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I guess I'm trying to figure out what.
Well, because here,
Yep.
park board member Belfield,
Mm-hmm.
and then on your tally, park board member Belfield. So this write-in should be included on the ones that are further up with hers, you know what I'm saying? Should be 5 instead of 4.
Okay, I gotta get to the, okay, so the council member Belfield, park
So-
board member, park board member.
Yes,
Which one is-
yeah, so it would be included
There's
in this
3.
one. There's 4. There's one on the front
Other
page.
page. Oh, there it is,
Yeah.
Mitzi, yeah, that's
Mhm.
it, that's what everybody
So
knows.
that
about.
one should
Okay.
be included on,
Well,
but I don't know
yeah,
if
well, it
that's,
should be, you're right.
And I guess I'm. Why? Okay. So that's a 2-year, and then.
Yeah, I think that's
right,
the
but the
thing.
remaining ones are all write-ins, so those all, where all those names are written in, those are all write-ins randomly, not for a
That's we don't know, do we?
that we don't know.
Because then she would be part of that.
Yep, the 4 instead of,
She'd
Or
be
the
part
5.
Of that, part of the scattered on that one. Then I would assume.
But she has her on the 2-year, right? Listed?
I mean, in it, if it was be a tie, it might make a difference. But I don't know if there's different. That would be a question probably for Karen. That was the only thing that I maybe saw that.
Yeah, we can't tell whether it's a 2-year term or a 4-year term from this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking at the numbers. Well, the number's a 12. What is it, a 12 something?
Those are ballot numbers, aren't they?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So whether that makes a difference or not, or if it matters in the precinct part.
The other thing we don't know is how many open spots there were, like for the park board and.
Right.
Was there only one open spot? Or were there 2 and both Mitzi and Gabby get those? I guess I don't know. How do we know that? Yeah, well,
I don't know that right offhand either, though. So
okay.
that was the only one I kind of saw. I'm like, well, 4.
Yeah, you're right, she should have 5.
Right.
Catch.
Double check, recheck, verify.
I counted most of them, but I did not count to make sure Leroy had 504. It really doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, did not either. Probably count by page because there's so many pages, how many are on a page, and then
You'd
go that
you'd be
route.
pretty close,
Yeah.
but either way, it doesn't matter.
Right.
In the whole scheme of things, it does not matter.
If there's 22 per page,
Oh,
which
okay.
seems pretty common.
You confirmed the 504.
509.
I know I counted 22 per page, but I started for the first 3 pages, and then I'm like, well,
Yeah, if you,
it's pretty consistent.
and I even went to the back and it was 22. I'm thinking that's how the cells all lined up per page. So I'm guessing because it's 509, if you start where Leroy Hendrick's names starts for the write-in for mayor, and then you go all the way to the back. I'm guessing, like, I can't guess, but there's 5 votes on that last page that would have made it 509 and not 504.
That's what they mean, yeah. But you're giving them the one that says just Hendrickson or the one that said just Leroy?
Right, yeah, there's one that says Leroy.
Well,
and
there's a
then-
Henderson in there, too.
And there's a Henderson.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, yep, so depending on what they did with those, that
Absolutely.
That's neck and neck.
so there's more than one Leroy.
That's right.
Look hard enough, I'm sure you can find it.
You think so?
Even another
Yep,
Hendrickson.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it with you.
Walter Mondale was my man, but
Okay, okay. Yeah. You know when that had the long shot? What's this? There's a
Yeah, I thought it'd be quicker to go do them
who ran
ballots.
for president, you mean?
yeah.
Hubert Humphrey, is that who you're
I
thinking?
think so. He did a long shot. He's trying to kind of break the mold. Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird duck.
The wrestler.
Especially if
Yes.
you
Yeah.
the final abstract.
He's really good with like education though,
But-
and
Oh,
like
yes.
the libraries and stuff like that.
He
Yeah,
was,
so
because then unfortunately after
Or,
the arts.
education
Yeah.
too, and so the building.
Yep.
I know she mentioned some, but
What my parents really liked is
I'd rather have
the state had a lot of money.
the general.
Yeah.
Money's up or whatever, that, you know, tourism. Taxpayer, but
That's why maybe a lot of these smaller.
sold him on it.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Those things will do that.
It will, it will. So, yeah. What brought you out here to go to school at DSU then?
So like this guy, I talked to him
Well,
right
it
here.
took me as far as Fargo, and then we wound up coming out here.
Yeah.
He, no longer exists.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
That really tells you how old that was.
I said, remember, it's.
Anyway, and so,
you
you know, by that time, my kids were born, and I had my own
He works for me
practice, and I mean, you know,
Okay.
I now just practice several years ago. You know, and that's fine, because I
Well,
love
you built
it.
a relationship, you know how their businesses run,
Exactly,
it would be
so,
really hard for
you
them
know,
to
it keeps me busy.
supplement too.
It's a wonderful retirement gig.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really
exactly.
is.
You can wake up, drink your coffee, still in your pajamas, and you can go to your office.
I can work at 10 o'clock at night if I want, I can do it. Yeah,
As long as
no.
the job gets done.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, so I've got just about the right amount of clients, I do about.
Took a few
Town
accounting
politics.
classes last semester. A lot of numbers. We did like decimal in one wrong
Oh,
spot.
it changes it all.
It changes it all. Yup, yup.
Remember, we used to do those by hand.
Oh my gosh.
Everything working?
Audit reports on a typewriter, and if there was an error. Well,
I suppose you
you
get really
could
good at
white
waiting it
out
out.
and somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't type that, you know, you have somebody who's a better typist,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's really changed. Around, because you don't wanna lose them, you know, so I did do a lot.
Well, it's very stagnant, you know, tax code
Oh, it's always
changes.
changing.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's you're kind of relearning what you need to look for every year.
Yep,
So
yep.
sure with that whole
You wanna get
tax
it
bill-
done.
That whole tax bill.
Yep,
Tax returns,
yep.
we should have it. Probably got just a flood of them at the end when.
I hate it.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
don't do retroactive stuff.
Right. Don't grandfather anything. Just
Yep.
yeah.
It's everybody,
Okay.
especially if you go to the beginning.
Oh, I
Just tell
see
you
it.
like Senator Kramer and so many write-ins.
Gotcha.
That's why on some of these, that's where you go with the. Some of those little boards like that, nobody ever files, and so.
All right in, so.
Mm-hmm. Because the whole. Who'd ever think? If there's 3 positions, it doesn't matter, they all 3 get it.
Right. But, yeah. Or if there was 4 or 3 or.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got 5
Is that
votes
its own?
for that.
Yeah.
Put her name. Put between the 2-year and the 4-year, or? Eddie Schneider,
Gabby Schneider.
because I'm seeing 5 votes on our.
From Richardson, never mind.
5 votes here, but it's split between.
On the ballot, I'm sure it was.
You're talking about the unexpired versus the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's might be the only thing that separates that two apart. One was for the unexpired, or one was just for the park board member.
Right,
Two-year
but we
term.
can't tell that from what we see.
Right.
Sorry. The unexpired terms for the park board in Belfield is 1, and then the park board member, Belfield. Are those ties, or are there that many open seats?
So, here, I'll come over there so that I can explain that, because we were gonna talk about that quick. I just know. So, I have, look at my write-ins that I gave you.
Yes.
Okay, so we had a couple ties. We had park board member Richardson. We had a tie of 3 and 3 write-ins. And then one person ran. And then we had a tie of 3 and 3 write-ins. And then Belfield, their 4-year term, we had 3 write-ins. All get, I think it was 3 write-ins for 2 positions. I'll get two votes, 2 write-in votes. And so that's a 3-way tie. And then Taylor had 2 council spots open. They had 1 person run, and then we are tied 3 and 3 for write-ins for the other position.
So are they doing a flip of the coin? Is that for them to handle?
So actually, it is actually my problem. We don't take care of that here. We have to do a recount, which I would be starting on Wednesday. And I have to recount for those districts. And then I have a recount canvassing on Friday morning that consists of the chair, the state's attorney, and Kim. And then when that's all said and done, then I'm probably going to be certifying them the same results, right? But the candidate can choose to withdraw if they're not interested in it prior to me having to draw a name out of a hat. But I still have to do the recount no matter what, according to current Century Code. And so, yeah, unfortunately, that's how that works. If they don't withdraw prior and then, you know, I contact them, they have a couple days. If one of them decides to withdraw before I go to that, they don't withdraw prior, and let's say I draw their name and then I talk to them and they don't want it, I can't offer it to the other candidate either. Then it's a vacancy, and it has to be filled like a normal vacancy.
That seems like a lot of work, because some of these people probably have no idea that they have 2 write-in votes and don't want
No,
them.
it's very small, and the problem, we didn't have candidates. Belfield didn't have a single candidate. Taylor had 1 candidate. Richardson had 2, you know, and lots of open positions, and this is triggering recounts across the state. It's a problem across the state. Well, now we're got to go through those 4,300 something ballots to dig out those specific races and do a recount of those races, which is another like 2-day process, right? Yeah. So that's how that works.
Well, I just wanted to make sure we didn't need to deal with it.
No, you do not get to deal with that. I wanted to do a flip of the coin. I really did. That was my first initial gut reaction, is they should flip a coin or see if they even want it. But I guess it doesn't matter if they want it or not. I still have to do a recount as it currently sits. So, yeah. Was there any other questions about the write-ins? Were you guys able to take in review?
I did notice that Leroy Hendricks has 509 votes, not 504.
That's what happens when you're gone, as long as you work here.
Are you sure?
Pretty positive, so I can kind of let
Really
you.
counted them.
I can let you know.
Because it's my system that gives me that total.
But there are
Yep.
some on there that are filled in circle, well, no, they shouldn't be.
So there, depending on what your guys' parameters are for that, there was Leroy, and then there was ones with just the last name and everything. But if we go to the, and this, I'll kind of explain my method on how I got to it, because I didn't count every single one, but each page has 22 cells.
Some of them I think have 20.
And then I'll show
you
you.
sure?
Yep. So this one has 20. Right at the beginning. Right here, we'll have 20 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Add 15 on that.
Okay. My math was incorrect, so
Yeah,
504.
that's 15.
Whew, thank
Yeah,
goodness.
Okay.
No, I mean, no offense. I'm just like,
That's my.
no.
I need to go back to school.
No, I knew that was going to throw it off a little bit, but no, so that I just assign based on, this is what I see, right? And I can view the full ballot too if I have a question, but you guys are basically seeing what it is that I see on the right-hand side.
Perfect.
And so, yeah, so then you get to see where I have my ties, and I looked very hard for names being written in again, and they're not, right? Because I don't want to do recounts. But, yeah, so that's what we have for write-ins. In the recount board, they are able to determine a couple different things. They are able to determine if somebody like didn't fill in the circle but wrote the name in, or ballots that don't have initials on. But when I do the recount, I only recount those specific races, those specific ballots. So I am not recounting any other races or precincts, just sorting the ballots out that I need. And so that's how that works. And that'll be three different races.
So Karen, before you go on to the next, 7 pages in from the back, on the back side, we noticed that there was a Mary Ann Rose.
7 whole pages or front to back?
And she's not included in the first 5. We were curious.
Okay, so there was 2 different park board
Yep, and that's-
positions.
we kinda
Yep, so
determined
there
that a
was a
little bit.
2-year and a 4-year.
Okay.
Yep, and so somebody wrote her in for the 4-year also.
Okay.
Yep, so she was just under a whole different.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
just wanted to confirm that because
Yeah.
we saw her name there and we saw that there
It
was 2
didn't
different.
list it well, like when because I had to pull this over, right, into an Excel, so it kind of grouped all the Belfield Park Board members together, but that's why.
But that confirmed. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we were questioning.
Yep.
Okay, was there anything else on that?
All right. So we've reviewed,
Okay, and I need everybody to sign the 0 reports. This is for the 450. Yes, I did spill coffee on it.
Do you want us to do it red?
That's fine. Yep. This is for the 450, just showing that it was 0 before we ran these 6 votes through.
Okay,
Okay?
so it doesn't have to be red, or it does?
It doesn't matter. You can do it in red if you want.
I will then.
Yeah.
And it just sign down here, it doesn't really matter.
Yep, just showing that you see that it's 0, that there was no votes hanging out, right? Like,
I better check every page, right? And then do you need 2 of these others that, we'll be getting to that though?
yep.
So we need to sign on each one. Okay.
Yep, so I need 2 copies of that. And like I said, this front page is correct at the 4365. It does show the correct number. I just have to fix their scattered write-in category. But that'll probably take an hour over the phone and some tech help, so. You guys did you guys review these?
yeah. Sign off on these as well?
Well, they have a sheet here, so I'll have you sign off on the certification. You're certifying these numbers,
Correct.
yeah, and then I just
Not
have,
these numbers.
I'm gonna note, well, yeah, 4365, yep,
Well,
that was before, yep,
So this is the updated,
sure is,
and that's the signature sheet for it?
yes, yep.
No. Just review that it's updated. with the
I'll give you
proper-
the signature sheet, Kim. I'm just glad it didn't double up all my races.
I am so sorry. I signed on here now, letter action.
Thanks, Corey.
Okay, and then
Sorry about that.
That's all right, no worries.
the two of you get to fill these out, because we do have to pay you for being here today.
You have to?
Yeah, we're supposed to.
And then I need that back to go with this.
I mean, if you want to, if you don't want to do it.
I mean, yes.
Okay,
I definitely have to give the option. Okay, do you have the other copy? There was another one.
you,
It's right behind that one.
Okay. 4365. Make sure that I'm assigning the same one. Okay. So that would only be the only fix on that with the state. And then of course our recount, which you guys do not have to do. So
Thank you.
okay.
so we have reviewed the tally write-ins, reviewed the abstract of votes to cast the ballot certifications, certify the final abstract, and sign the 2 copies of the abstract of votes.
Yep, and I would probably do a motion just to accept the abstract of votes at the total of 4365.
Also move.
Second.
Do we need anything else?
They just did a vote, so to certify the final abstract of 4365, so you just have to do a roll call, like just everybody vote aye.
Okay, so all in favor of the 4365, I say aye.
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 Same for nays. 4365.
Okay.
And then just looking for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All right.
Okay.